Hi, this is the 5th video of Play Chess and Play It Good, and in this video we'll be talking about checkmate. So checkmate is when a king is in check and they cannot use any of the methods CPR, capture, protect, and run. So capture means a piece cannot capture the queen that is checking the king, and protect means like it cannot block the check with a piece, like black. And run means run, so the king cannot run anywhere. It cannot run here because the queen is guarding it. It cannot run here because the king is guarding it. And neither here because the king is guarding that. But here, the king is also not allowed to go there. And same for here, because if the king moves here, the queen would take the king. So yeah, it's checkmate. So in this one, checkmate comes like this, because the king is guarding all of these squares, and the black king cannot go to any of those squares. So the rook just checks it. These two squares are defended, and it's checkmate. This one, the bishop is not giving the king enough space to move around, and that is why there is a checkmate here. If the bishop was somewhere else, like over here, then this wouldn't be checkmate. So you should remember to give your pieces breathing space, so then they won't be attacked and eaten. This one is kind of the same. These two pieces are not giving the king enough space, so then the queen can checkmate. Everything is guarded. Like every square that the king can go to is guarded, so. And the queen is defended by this. The knight is protecting it, basically. So this is a little interesting. This rook is pinning the queen to the king, so if the queen moves, you'll lose the king. So that is why the queen cannot move. And that is why the queen cannot go here. And so basically this means it is checkmate. So it is pinning here, and it's also a check. The king cannot go here, here, or here, and it's checkmate. And basically all of these checkmates are caused because there is not enough space for the king, and this one is a great example. White is down so much material, like down 1 and 2, 3 pieces, but white still can deliver a checkmate because these two pawns and the rook is not giving the king enough breathing space. So then this is checkmate. The knight moves like this, so that's why. That one was called the smothered mate, like this one, and this one is called the battery mate, I guess. So this one, if the rook was here, it wouldn't be checkmate. Like if the rook was over here, it wouldn't be checkmate, because then the king could go here. So remember to give your king breathing space. That's how much I said in this video. So the bishop is defending the queen, and the queen is giving check. The king cannot go here, and the rook is blocking the escape route, so it's checkmate. And this one, the pawn is guarding this king, so it cannot go here. So then black checkmates like this. It is check, and it moves diagonally too, which means the king cannot go here. And it cannot go here because the pawn, as I mentioned earlier. And in the last example, it's a little more interesting. It is like this. Black moves his pawn, and then you do this. Black goes here. and then your pawn goes here. So there's something I haven't explained to you yet. It's called pawn promotion. I'll talk about that later, but it's just a little fun example to show you. You don't need to understand this, but just when the pawn reaches the end of the board, you can promote it into a knight, a queen, a rook, or a bishop. So just say it promoted to a queen because it's the strongest piece. And now white gives checkmate because the pawns move, take diagonally. So the pawn is attacking the king, and the king cannot go anywhere because this pawn is defending these two. This king is defending all the squares for the king. So it's checkmate. Sad, right? Because, well, black's up a queen, but then still loses by a few pawns. Well, yeah. So, remember to give the video a like if you liked it, and please subscribe to my channel